RAD goes digital. The Revenue Appeals Division RAD is an independent entity mandated to hear and conclude appeals by taxpayers who disagree with the decision of a revenue commissioner in relation to their tax liability, custom valuation, and audit assessments. Hello, I'm Daniel Pasley and welcome to Finance Matters. In today's episode, I'll be speaking to Deputy Commissioner of the RAD, Ms. Andrea Kelly, about how RAD is utilizing technology to improve its service delivery. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow the Ministry of Finance on Facebook and Instagram, and of course on Twitter to see all the episodes and highlights. Ms. Kelly, thank you for coming on the program.
Thanks for having me, Daniel.
And when we talk about the Revenue Appeals Division, what is its mandate?
The mandate of the Revenue Appeals Division is to hear appeals by taxpayers who are aggrieved with any decision of the Revenue Commissioners. And these Revenue Commissioners are the Commissioner General of the Tax Administration, Jamaica, the Commissioner of Jamaica Customs Agency, and also the Commissioner of the National Land Agency. These taxpayers, they may have firstly done what we call an objection with these revenue commissioners, and they would have handed down a decision to them, and they now further disagree with that decision, so they can take their matters to the RAD.
And it's a very cost-effective means of doing it, right?
Yes, it is. It's not costly to a taxpayer,
okay,
only if they would want to have a representative like an accountant or an attorney, but they don't have to if they don't want to.
Now, how does the RAD utilize technology to improve its service delivery?
All right, Daniel, we recognize that we needed a better system, because our system was partly manual and partly computerized. The computerized aspect of our system was just a tracking system for us to just track the number of appeals that would have come within the RAD. We needed a much better system to help us to make timely management decisions. And so with the help of the International Finance Corporation, which is associated with the World Bank,
right,
we re-engineered our process first. Re-engineer our process means we remove those parts of our process that wouldn't have added value to our process, so that it would have shortened the timeline to process appeals. And what we have also done with the help of the International Finance Corporation is to also develop a process flow whereby we could automate our system. When the time came,
I want to interject there. I just want to interject there. When you talk about improve the process flow, just for the common man, explain what does that mean?
All right, the process flow. The process starts, Daniel, when a taxpayer lodges an appeal with the RAD. Then it goes through a validation process. The validation process is where we state whether the appeal that you have submitted to us fits with the criteria of the law. When that has occurred, we would submit to you a notice indicating that your appeal has been accepted. This case would then be assigned to an officer who is mandated to complete that case. A part of the completion of the case involves having a hearing with the taxpayer. Right, so every appeal that comes within the RAD, we have to have a hearing. The taxpayer must be afforded this hearing, whereby they can submit to us their case by telling us why is it that they are aggrieved with this decision, and to submit to us any evidence to support that appeal. The Revenue Commissioner's representative also has the opportunity to supply to us any required information that is necessary to also help them with their case. Right? And therein, we would review the information that we have received in light of the relevant law. And the relevant law is like the Income Tax Act, the General Consumption Tax Act, the Customs Act. So, so we would review the case in light of the relevant act, and then the commissioner will hand down her decision, and that decision will give you all the information and the relevant reasons why she has confirmed the decision, why she has reduced this decision, or why she has said that the decision should not stand because it should not have been raised in the first place.
So thank you for explaining the process flow. Now, how do clients access this new automated system?
All right. This new automated system, Daniel, to file an appeal with us currently, you can hand deliver your appeal, you can send it through the regular mail, you can send it via email to us, as well as you could fax it. But with the current embarkment that we have gone on to further upgrade our system is where taxpayers now can submit their appeal cases via our web portal. This should come on stream sometime later down this year, right? We had that in the making from before, even with the advent of the pandemic. And so taxpayers now have that avenue where they can even sit in the comfort of their homes. Now, persons are working from home now, Daniel.
Yeah.
So even businesses, while those representatives are at home, or if you hire a accountant or a attorney, they can even make that appeal online for you.
So simple and easy.
Simple and easy, Daniel.
Now, how do we file our appeals? If persons want to contact the RAD, how can they do so?
Our persons, I just specified the methods that you could file your appeals with, but they can contact us via telephone. Our numbers are 932-4993 or 4994, or you can come in person. We are on the first floor of the Office Center building, and that's 12 Ocean Boulevard in Kingston. As well as you can, get us on our email. It's rad@mof.gov.jm.
So many streams, or should I say many channels to access the information.
Sure. And you can also get it on the Ministry of Finance's website, right? And we also have a e-fillable notice of appeal form on that website that you can complete.
Thank you, Deputy Commissioner Kelly, for sharing how RAD is on this path of transformation and innovation.
It's my pleasure to do so, Daniel. Thank you, too.
And thank you for joining us on Finance Matters. Remember to follow us on our social media at MOF Jamaica, and tune in next week as we continue to demystify the economic and fiscal policies and initiatives implemented by the government to empower Jamaicans as we chart a path to Jamaica's economic prosperity.